Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakarash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, the elders of Jim Naturally ruled well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of the video is Egypt to air and every work thereof. And breaking news, Donald Trump has been or has tried to be, or matter of fact, we don't even know. There was a shooting at some type of dinner they was having, and there was a lot of officials in that building, that this guy could try to target. But whatever the case may be, the wicked, are saying that when we're talking, I thought about a scripture, and I don't forgot the scripture. Second Ezra 15. All right, so the working class laborers are saying it's staged, and ultimately we know. Let me get the scripture. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right, for there shall be sedition among men. This is the point I wanted. Sedition is trying to overthrow your government and whatnot. And it was a dinner with a lot of government officials, and someone tried to run up in there. Now I only assume that they tried to target the president, whoever they could get to, but this has been happening a lot lately, right? And that's sedition. It says, in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. See, so they don't care about what rank official you are. You could be the president of the United States, or you could be a mayor or something. You know what I mean? So that's how these the people are coming against their rulers now in these last days. It says in cause, in the course of their action shall stand in their power. So when they do roll, they're going to get to the target. Right, that's especially during the time of Jacob's trouble, which is the world's trouble, right? When there's no control of what's happening, people are just on the streets with guns. You have fight outs with militia groups, shootouts with militia groups, shootouts with military personnel, shootout with cops. You have all of that. People trying to go to the rulers' houses, homes and whatnot. That's why you have the government officials now living on military bases. All right. So ultimately, another botched attempt is what the people are saying. We know, pursuant to Revelations 12 and 12, that says here, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows he have but a short time. Right, I have the video, I'm gonna play it. Of course, I just want to get these precepts out the way. Just simple, quick. In the news, what's happening. The wicked is coming against these Edomites. Job 20 and 22 says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And we know and understand that what he's trying to do is bring in the New World Order, right? Control the mindset of people. So whatever he's doing is to get a reaction, some type of reaction from his people, but he's not getting the reaction that he wants. Right? Because everyone is seeing him, right? For who he is, the devil, the wicked, right? He's a liar and deceiver. All right. Let me get this word wicked here. It says Amel, they go into the word a laborer, right? Worker. So these working class individuals who have now been fired because of AI, and now they're being called back. The military personnel that got fired, they're also being called back. But a lot of these people, have already set up podcasts and different things. Now they're voicing their opinions. What's happening is that they're being found out to be liars and whatnot. So this is a video. It's pretty short. I'm playing the whole thing. It says the title there. This is W77. Says there will be shots fired tonight. 666 reporter was warned before shooting Cole Allen. So this is kind of all the subjects he's going to speak about in the video. But what he's going to say is that basically it's all staged. Something doesn't add up. It doesn't sit right with him and a lot of people.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight.
So I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me, and right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened, and then he kind of leaned over and said, you know, I watched you on TV, you did a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, you know, there are some.
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there.
And I don't think so. You see that? You see a woman was being told something is about to happen inside of the facility, and the news cuts her off, sitting right next to Caroline Levitt's husband, the same Caroline Levitt that just said there's going to be shots fired in there tonight.
But I'll pause right quick because this devil is really on the back foot. He's losing bad. You know, this devil he's a lot of things happen, you know, in this world where this devil's just controlling, right? Just to get a reaction from the people, you know, or to further its agenda, you know. 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, least Satan should get an advantage of us, but we're not ignorant of his devices. So this devil does these type of things often, right? But the difference now is that the wicked, the laborers, the working people, they're paying attention, you know, more closely, right, to what's happening. And that's the Most High Yahweh Bashar making inquisition, right? Lifting up the skirt of this devil, you know, exposing this devil, right? Isaiah 47. So now, you know, for example, he did this thing, imagine all of us, you know, reporting that the prophet is speaking on, you know, filtering into the scriptures. And we're just saying, you know, for example, I gave you 2 Ezra chapter 15, you know, where it says the sedition among men, which is true. But the narrative here is that, you know, basically what happened is that it's staged, you know, and these people, I kind of lost track of what I was saying. But anyway, this devil, his skirt is being lifted up, right? So let me try to catch on to what I was saying again. You know, he's fully exposed. Right? Everything that he's doing, the people are seeing that. So, like I was going to say, yeah. So imagine we seen this, and everyone, including us, was just like, "Oh no, it's a tragedy." You know, they tried to shoot trumpet. You know, we'll be, you know, just, you know, in darkness, basically, as Isaiah 60 says. You know, gross darkness to people. But even the people now are waking up to the fact that what the devil is doing is staged. You know, then you have to think about things like JFK, you know, 9/11, October 6th or 7th or whatever. You know, you know, the different fires in Argentina. You know, the different T attacks in Australia. All these different things, right? Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take millstone, grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not greet thee as a man. So this is the devil's shame, right? Him being exposed for doing these stage events, you know, and the amount of shootings that has already tried to take place on Donald Trump has been a lot. How much more is this ever going to continue? This devil is going to continue trying to, you know, do this. We had even people, some of the, you know, nations, I believe it was Russia or somebody, you know, asking about, talking about that, the first shooting, him holding his fist up, you know.
This is what your DC propagandist administration has put on for the people out there. And we're going to dive into this bit by bit. This incident began right here with this. As you can see, an individual comes running in.
Yo, and I was watching this thing last night. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, so this dude, you know, I think they had a hotel or something. Or something. They said the location, but he had to get through Secret Service and all that. This is the president, you know. Shoot, this man go to Florida. Everyone is upset because traffic and blockading and all of this. But somebody's random person get through at least got 2 or 3 people right there, 2 people right here, like 3 people right here. A whole guy that's looking, seeing this dude, hearing this dude running full speed, don't know what the hell going on, but not stopping him. Meanwhile, the president of the United States of America is in this building.
From the left-hand side, right here, and then the agent jumps and pulls a gun.
man, they would have tackled that man. Yeah, that's what they supposed to do. Risk their whole life. They were supposed to tackle him, trip his ass, sweet chin music him, you know.
The exact same time. Trump, half awake. This guy pops up between Melania and Trump, and he flashes this call sign like a note, as you can see right here. And when he does, look at her face. Everyone's shocked and startled. It's like a cute.
Everybody like she smiled. This one over here, like she was like, oh, but you don't know. We just looking at it. It's this bullshit.
Does look at her face. Everyone's
See that? She heard something, looked over here, smiling and shit. Then she gets shocked. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
like a note, as you can see right here. And when he does, look at her face. Everyone's shocked and startled. It's like a cue card, literally. And then they start to run around and get Vance out of there and then jump on Trump. And man, it looked like a bunch of theatrics, big time. The shooter said to be this individual called Cole Allen, a teacher of the month out of California. And just take a look at the evil face Erica Kirk is giving right before the shooting. And then she's pulled out of there.
This bitch gonna be in the field collecting rocks.
Crime. What are the odds that this Cole Allen is mentioned by a random account, Henry Martinez, over on X, and he made one post on December 21st, 2023, and all it says is Cole Allen. Now take all that and add it to the fact that Carrie Lake and others that were attending posted how there was no security. It was shockingly lax. There was no back check.
I heard a dude say he mentioned this thing like 30, 40 years. He said he's the most security he ever seen. So again, different stories.
No real screening. All someone had to do was just flash their ticket, and then they could just slide right on in. Now, you take every single thing that we just put together and gather just from off the top of this, and this stinks to high heaven. It's got all the signs. And look at Mrs. Levitt there throwing and flashing her 666 sign right before she said, tonight, shots are going to be fired. I don't believe in coincidence. Okay? I don't believe in none of that. I believe in the orchestration of occult situations, and I believe that's what we've witnessed in this event. How deep it goes with this player in the middle in all this, yet to be seen. We do know that he was an intern for NASA back in 2014 and that he was a teacher out of California. I'm going to cover this in more detail on the live show. Make sure to join me going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern here on Dabu 77. Stay sharp.
All right. This is Isaiah 19 and 11. Surely the princes of Zon are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings? Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua of hosts, hath proposed upon Egypt. The princes of Zon are become fools. The princes of North are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribe thereof. The Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. The Most High is causing his devil to mess up in everything that he do. The word for err here it says wander, go astray, stagger, to wander about, to be made to wonder, to cause to wonder, to cause to err, mislead. Yet err here on Google, it says to err is to make a mistake, be incorrect, or stay from the correct, stray from the correct path. Yeah, the devil is wandering off the correct path of him achieving his goals. He's going down the path of destruction. The scripture says he must, continue a little space and then go into perdition, which is destruction. So now he's going down to that destructive path, right, where he's coming down with great wrath. The Lord willing, will edify from the lesson. Shalom to the overflow, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.